Alright, you picked Sven. Shit. What do you do? Well, the first thing you do is you go to guides, open up this guide. Don't worry, it's gonna be there. So, Sven is a strength right-click carry. His Q stuns people, his W is a big-ass cleave, his E makes him and his allies around him run faster and basically impossible to kill, and his ultimate makes him hit like a fucking truck. With your starting gold, you just grab yourself 3 branches, a circlet, a ring of protection, and a set of tangles. If you really think you're gonna go up against a lot of physical harassment, then grab yourself a mango, tangles, a stout shield, and a ring of protection instead. And if you're super worried, then you can even replace the ring with another set of tangles or a healing salve and get yourself an iron branch as well. You wanna go safe lane carry 100% of the time. Don't argue about this. If you picked Sven and there's another safe lane carry, you fucked up. Put your first skill point into the Q, then the second into the E. From here, we wait. No more skilling. We want to max out the W as soon as possible, but if you get it right away, you're just gonna push the lane without any benefit and make life harder for you and easier for their offlane. So just keep the points and wait until you got some actual items and levels. Talking about items, get yourself the Basilisk and Magic Wand. Then go for Brown Boots and Helm of Iron Will into Helm of the Dominator. Get the Iron Will helm first, not the lifesteal. Helm of Iron Will is one of the best items for lane survivability in the game. Also grab a Quelling Blade at some point, it's nice for farming, and on the Dire we need it to cut down this tree. And buy some treads. If you want to learn how to use them properly, watch this video. You should be around level 6 or 7 by the time you have all of this. Now throw all of your skill points into the W. You want to max it out as soon as possible, and of course you skilled the ultimate at level 6, so we have that as well. Next, max out the E and then only skill stats and ultimate. We won't be putting any more points into the Q here. Sven deals so much damage that the added bonus from the stun is really not necessary, and the stats help this hero out a ton. I know skipping the Q may seem odd, but just go with it. At this stage, what you want to do is push the lane and make sure you get all the last hits there, and then go into the jungle and clean out the nearby camps during the time there are no enemy creeps in your lane. You also want to dominate a ranged lane creep and use that to stack ancients. This is super important. This is what's going to get you ahead and allow you to be the god carry Sven can be. Every minute at 53, you stack that ancient camp until it's too big to be stacked anymore. In the meantime, you're always cleaning out the safe lane and farming the jungle. Okay, so this is how you stack ancients properly. You wait until the timer hits 53 at the start. If there's only one camp, you can be a little bit more careless than that, but 53 is usually the mark. Then you pull the camp and you just do this. You just click somewhere away and then shift Q it back into the direction of the ancients. That way you can completely forget about the creep again, right? So I'll just do the same thing. I attack here, then I just click over here, do this, and forget about it. I can use my hero now to fuck about in the top lane, doesn't really matter. Our creep is just gonna walk away and then walk back into it, and we can just completely forget about it, and it's gonna be ready the next time we need it to stack ancients. If you're on the Dire, always pull this way. Always pull this way. If you're on the Radiant, always pull this way. Always like so. Timer for this is 53 at the start. If you have a lot of creeps stacked there already, then you can go down a little bit, maybe 52, 51, but that's quite unlikely. Try to hit 53. That's the timing. Don't stop stacking. Always keep stacking, but it will usually end after you reach 5 to 6 stacks. That's when you're kind of done, because it just doesn't stack anymore. This is not just a Sven thing, but relevant anyway. While farming, make sure you're going from camp to lane. Always take paths that have creeps on them. That way you can farm while moving around the map. Look at the minimap and check where the creeps are moving on the map. And go to those spots, but farm while going there. We're probably gonna have to do an in-depth guide about farming at some point, but back to the ancients. By the time the camp is too big to be stacked anymore, you should be around level 10 and finishing up your Echo Saber. Then go kill that camp. Don't be afraid to use your ultimate. you should probably use your E2. This is where we have a decision to make. We need mobility with Sven now, and this comes down to either Blink Dagger or Sage and Yasha. Generally speaking, you want the Blink Dagger, but if you think you'll run into trouble using it, or your team has enough lockdown to allow you to get close to enemies anyway, then go for the S and Y. From here BKB, and then either Daedalus or Assault Cross, depending on the game. I can't really tell you exactly which, you'll just have to figure that out on your own. It varies from game to game, but I would usually recommend the Daedalus. Satanic, Heart, Moonshard, these are all good items, but it depends on the game. You're gonna have to make that choice yourself. I believe in you. So, we killed the Ancients, and at this stage you should be the most powerful hero on the map. So use it, start pushing. This is where we start farming towers and heroes. Creeps, while still something we are looking for, should be lowered on our list of priorities in favor of objectives. Group up your team and start aggressively taking towers. During fights you want to be right in your opponent's faces. Don't give them any space. Sven gets easily kited, but we also kill people very quickly. Have your ultimate active and buff as many allies with the battle cry as possible. Try to target down the squishy heroes first. You kill supports in 3 to 4 attacks, and they are your biggest threat at this stage. But don't make this your main priority. If the only thing in range is the enemy bristleback, then start hitting that bristleback. Just make sure you are hitting something at all times. Cool, we won a fight. Go push! Objective gaming. This is not just a Sven thing. After we win a fight, we do something with that. Either Roshan or take a tower. The game is about taking down these buildings, so start taking down some buildings. Sven has insane pushing potential with his armor buff and wave clearing ability. You should be aiming to finish the game at 30 to 35 minutes. If you farm properly, this shouldn't be a problem either. Anyway, I hope you have fun with Sven. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating on the video, would definitely appreciate that. And share it with your shitty friends that always want to pick a carry but never know what the fuck they are doing. And you always lose because of these morons, but you're too polite to tell them that they are shit. Cool. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And let me know what hero we should do next.